Hello, everyone. I'm Lorelei, a 70-year-old woman who had the privilege of living a long and fulfilling life, grateful for every precious moment. It is a surprise to find myself writing at this age because throughout my life I have been surrounded by the best of people. Life's unexpected, you know. So here I am sharing a slice of my story. It all started with a phone call from my granddaughter Colleen 6 years ago. It had been only a few months since my husband's passing, and I was not prepared for what was coming next. Grandma, it's Colleen. Colleen, what is the matter? You sound distressed. Grandma, it's Mom and Dad. The hospital just called. I'm freaking out here. Oh my goodness, slow down, dear. Take deep breaths and tell me everything you know. I got a call from the hospital. They said Mom and Dad were in a car crash. I don't know the details, but we need to get there. Okay, take a deep breath, Colleen. We need to gather information first. Did they say how serious it is? No, they just said they are in critical condition. I can't lose them, Grandma. What if something terrible happens? We don't know anything yet. We will face this together. Now get ready and I will come over so we can head out to the hospital together. I'll be right by your side. After telling Colleen we would face this together, I meant every word. The weeks that followed were the darkest I had ever known. My son-in-law and daughter fought hard, but the hospital struggle seemed endless. Watching my own daughter slip away was unbearable, a cruel reversal of the natural order. I should have been the one to go first. But the real challenge was for Colleen, a mere 15 years old, a fresh sophomore in school. We leaned on each other during those rough weeks, holding on to whatever comfort we could find. The days were sad and the nights felt endless. After the funeral, Colleen stayed with me. We decided it was best for her to move in, and soon after I legally took guardianship of her. Those were tough times, you know. We were mourning, grieving, and trying to pick up the pieces of a life that had changed so suddenly. The money that my daughter and son-in-law had left behind went into a fund for Colleen. Colleen had a rough time in high school. She rebelled a bit, staying out late, dressing boldly and being a bit wild. I understood she was coping with everything in her own way. As her guardian, I had to be both grandma and mom. I had to set rules, keep things in order, and provide a motherly presence. It was not easy, but I did my best. We faced challenges, but there were also happy moments. I attended her school events, took photos at her prom with her boyfriend Josh, and tried to be there for her. While I could not replace her mom, I wanted to offer support and guidance. I vividly recall the conversation I had with Colleen after she graduated from school. It was a moment filled with mixed emotions. Colleen was uncertain about what path to take next. We sat down and I assured her that she had time to figure things out. Colleen, we need to talk about your future. Ever thought about what kind of job you would like? Yeah, Grandma. I like taking photos and writing stuff. Maybe something creative? Great. There are classes for that in college, you know, to improve your skills. Well, Grandma, I've been thinking I'm not sure about college. Maybe I want to work for a bit first and see where life takes me. Oh, that's a big decision. College just seems like too much right now. I think I'll learn more by living life. I want to move out and be on my own. Huh, I see. It's important to follow your heart. But honey, have you thought about how you will make money? Yeah, I'll look at part-time jobs, maybe doing some freelance photo and writing stuff. I thought it through. I have some money saved up that Mom and Dad left me. I'll use that until I find a job. And yeah, I forgot to mention, I will probably relocate when Josh gets his acceptance letter. We want to move in together. Moving in together is a significant step. Make sure you're prepared for all the changes. I know, Grandma. Josh and I have talked about it. After Colleen moved out, our home felt a bit lonely. I worried about her as she went through different phases. She tried living with Josh, broke up with him, dabbled in photography, and eventually decided on a 6-month cooking diploma. Colleen explored various paths to figure out what she wanted in life. We mostly talked on the phone during this time. She needed space to navigate being an adult, and that's okay. Many young adults go through ups and downs to discover themselves. We would see each other during holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas, cherishing those moments. But most of the time, Colleen was out there facing life's challenges on her own. It was a year ago when Colleen turned 20, and I wanted to make her birthday special even though we were miles apart. So I booked a bouquet of flowers, got it sent to her apartment, and gave her a birthday call. "Hey, honey, happy birthday. Did you like the flowers I sent you?" "Yeah, they were great, Grandma." "I'm glad. I'm missing you. What did you do today?" "Well, nothing much, Grandma." "Did you get yourself a cake and celebrate with your friends?" "Yeah, we met up and we had cake. It was a small party." "Well, I hope you stayed away from alcohol. You were still 20. One more year to go." "Actually, Grandma, I wanted to talk to you about something." "Of course, sweetheart. What's on your mind?" "Grandma, I've been feeling a bit lonely lately. I miss being around family. And I was thinking about coming back home and moving in with you. What do you think?" "Oh, honey, I would love to have you back. You're always welcome here." "Yeah, I've been feeling a bit lost. I think being back home with you will make things better." "I completely understand, sweetie. You don't have to go through it alone. I will see you soon then." After that call with Colleen, my heart swelled with concern. She mentioned feeling lonely, and it got me worried. Perhaps the city life had taken its toll on her. At the same time, I was excited at the prospect of having her back home. A few weeks later, Colleen decided to move back home. The day she arrived and when she walked through the door, she seemed different. Quieter, more reserved. Life in the city had left its mark on her. After some days, when she had settled, I decided to have a heart-to-heart conversation with her. "Colleen, we need to talk. I've noticed you've been quiet and distant. Is everything okay?" "It's just, Grandma, life has been tough." "Sweetheart, I'm here for you. If you're feeling overwhelmed, maybe seeing a therapist could help." "No, Grandma, really, I don't need a therapist. It's not like that." "Then what is it, dear? You can tell me anything." "Okay, here goes. I messed up, Grandma, big time." "Messed up? What happened?" "You know, the money Mom and Dad left for me, I've been spending it carelessly, lying to you about having a job. I never went to work during the course of the last 2 years. "Colleen, that money was for your future, for college." "I know, Grandma, I messed up. I barely have $2,000 left." "You spent so much money, honey? What on earth did you buy?" "Designer clothes, bags, parties, gadgets, dining out every day. I was foolish." "Colleen, I must say I'm deeply disappointed in you. Your parents must have been too if they were here today." "I know, Grandma. I let you down. They entrusted you with that money for a reason, your future, and look what you've done, honey." "I promise, Grandma, I'll find a way to fix this and earn back your trust. I'm really sorry." "It's okay, sweetheart. I'm not mad. I got a bit concerned, that's all. We will find a way to fix this." "I want to save the remaining money for college and get a job and start afresh." After that day, Colleen tried to work on herself. She got a part-time job, just as promised, and started working on college applications for the following year. Taking a gap of almost 3 years had its challenges, and getting accepted at top-notch colleges seemed like a daunting task. She was keen on pursuing a literature course and put in her best effort. Colleen was receiving rejection letters from almost everywhere, and it was taking a toll on her. She felt like a letdown, sinking into a state of depression. I could not bear to see her like that, so I suggested she apply to specific private colleges. I had an ulterior motive, and I will keep the details vague. Let us just say I had a cousin called Lucy who happened to be the dean of this renowned school. I decided to pay her a visit before Colleen sent in her application to put in a good word for her. I drove to the college hoping to speak to Lucy and vouch for Colleen's potential. "Lucy, I appreciate you taking the time to meet me. There is something important I'd like to discuss about my granddaughter, Colleen." "Of course, Lorelei. I'm here to help. What's on your mind?" Colleen has faced her share of challenges, especially after losing her parents in that tragic accident a few years ago. It has been tough for her, and she has been trying to rebuild her life. I can't imagine how difficult that must have been for her. I'm truly sorry for her loss. Thank you, Lucy. She's been working tirelessly, taking on part-time jobs and trying to pursue her passion for literature, but the college rejections have taken a toll on her spirit. Rejections can be disheartening, but I'm glad you reached out. How can I assist Colleen? Lucy, you have the power to make a real difference in Colleen's life. If she could find a place here, it would mean the world to her. She has so much potential, and I believe this environment could be the fresh start she needs. Lorelei, I understand your request. Let me assure you that I will personally review Colleen's application. A few weeks after my little chat with Lucy, Colleen came into my room smiling ear to ear and jumping with excitement. You seem to be jumping with joy. Grandma, you won't believe it. I received the acceptance letter from the college you suggested I apply to. Oh, sweetheart, that is fantastic news. I'm so proud of you. Grandma, I can't believe it either. I got the acceptance letter in the mail today, and I could not wait to share the news with you. This feels like a dream come true. Well, I've been struggling with money a bit. The part-time job was not enough, and the tuition is becoming a bit overwhelming. I was wondering if you could help me out with my tuition. Colleen, I want you to focus on your studies and not worry about financial stress. I'm going to help you with your tuition. After Colleen began her college journey, she opted to stay with me. Given the close proximity of her college to my place, just a 30-minute commute. However, as much as I was delighted to have her around, things took an unexpected turn. Colleen started changing, and not for the better. She became rather aggressive and disrespectful. She would toss her laundry my way, completely disregarding the shared responsibilities we used to have. One evening, after her late-night college party on a weekday, I confronted her about it. It was then she crossed the line, deliberately pouring her scalding cup of tea on me. It was as if she had become a completely different person. To add to the chaos, within 2 months, she introduced me to her new boyfriend, Carl. Now, Carl was something else. He would stroll into my house without a simple greeting, overstaying his welcome. They never bothered asking for permission. They just assumed it was okay. They would even order me to cook for them, as if it was my obligation. One night, it was getting late and Colleen had not returned home. I tried calling her repeatedly, growing more anxious with each unanswered call. The worry kept me up late into the night, and finally around midnight she walked in, accompanied by Carl. Colleen, where have you been? I was so concerned about you. And why is there blood on Carl's hand? Is everything okay? Leave us alone, Grandma. It's none of your business. And by the way, go and fetch me the first aid box. No, you need to tell me what happened. Are you hurt? Just let it go, old woman. Colleen and I were having fun at the campus and I got a bit hurt. Fun at the campus? What kind of fun involves blood? Tell me now. Colleen? Or I'll have to ask you to leave my house. Okay. So the campus was quiet and we sneaked past security. We were just having fun, swinging some bats around, and we might have accidentally hit some glass windows and broke them. Oops. So you vandalized the property? Colleen, this is unacceptable. And you find it amusing? Chill, Grandma. There were no cameras around and we were wearing masks and baseball caps the whole time. I had my hair up in a bun under the cap. I would pass for a guy. That is reckless behavior, Colleen. You should take responsibility for it. Yeah, take responsibility, Colleen. Maybe you need to chill. Well, maybe I will call up and leave them an anonymous tip. You are a weak old woman who does not have the guts to do any of that. Anyway, we're going to my room. I could not believe the person Colleen had turned into. It felt like she was slipping away, becoming someone I did not recognize. The joyful granddaughter I once knew was now replaced with someone distant and unpredictable. I felt torn between contacting Lucy and telling her about Colleen's recent escapades and On the other hand, protecting Colleen like we were wearing masks and baseball hats, hiding from the truth. I decided not to confront Lucy and expose Colleen immediately. Instead, I needed a way to make her realize the gravity of her actions. The next day, a Saturday, I had plans to visit a friend for dinner. The evening went surprisingly well, and my friend and I enjoyed a lovely dinner, catching up on life and sharing laughter. It was a brief escape from the growing concerns I had about Colleen. When I returned home, it was already late, around 10 p.m. As I approached my house, something caught my eye. 4 suitcases were neatly arranged on the sidewalk in front of my home. Confused and concerned, I wondered what had happened. I cautiously opened one of the suitcases and found my clothes packed haphazardly inside. I stepped into the house and found Colleen and Carl snuggling on the couch watching TV without a worry in the world. "Colleen, what on earth happened here? Who packed my suitcases and left them outside?" "Oh, those. Consider it your eviction notice, Grandma. I've had enough of you cramping my style." "Eviction? This is my house, Colleen. What has gotten into you?" "Your house? Please. It's time for you to move on, Grandma. This place is mine now, and yes, Carl has moved in too. We both will be staying here, and we don't want you bothering us." "Colleen, you can't just throw me out like this. What's going on?" "What's going on is that I want my own space. I can't live with someone so old-fashioned. You should be in a retirement home, or even better, dead." "Colleen, your parents would be ashamed of the person you have become if they saw this." "Can you just leave? No one wants to listen to your old person shit anymore. This house belongs to us now, and right now we want to watch TV in peace." "You know, Grandma, it is amusing how you believed you could control everything, but guess what? I have this house now. You have already footed the bill for my college, and thanks for that, by the way." "Colleen, why are you doing this? We can talk about it and work things out." "Talk? There's nothing left to talk about. You were just a pawn in all of this, Grandma, a convenient source of money, and I'm done using you, so now I don't need you." "I raised you after your parents passed away. I thought we had a bond." "Bond? This was never about bonding, Grandma. It was about survival, and now I don't need you for that anymore." "I never thought you would turn against me like this." "Well, welcome to reality, Grandma. Life is not a fairy tale, and family isn't everything. You are going to regret this. You are going to come begging to me." "Ha! We will see about that." To all my fellow grandmas out there, you would understand the immense strength it takes to look your grandchild in the eye and say, "You're going to regret this." But I'd had enough. After everything I had done for Colleen, the way she treated me and kicked me out of my own house was beyond belief. I was not going to involve the police. Instead, I called a cab, booked a hotel room for just one night. I knew Colleen would come back to me after the move I was about to make. The following day, having accepted my new reality, I slept in. As the sun rose, I picked up the phone and dialed Lucy's number. "Hey, Lorelei, how's it going?" "Lucy, I need to talk to you. I heard about the vandalism in the college." "Yeah, Colleen must have told you. We have not got any leads so far because there were not any cameras in that particular area, but the security has been looking into footage from all over the college, and it seems like 2 students who were wearing masks and caps to hide their identity have done it." Colleen did not just tell me that. She also confessed to breaking the windows, and she did it with this student, Carl. "What? I can't believe she'd do something like that." "I'm so sorry on your behalf. It gets worse, Lucy. She has changed so much. After the incident, she kicked me out of my own house." "That's terrible, Lorelei. Where are you right now?" "I'm currently at a hotel. I want her out of that college. I can't let her continue down this destructive path, and I need to show her how things always don't come and go easily." Lorelei, vandalism is a serious offense. She is going to face many more consequences for that. But for starters, consider her and Carl out of the college. Thank you, Lucy. She needs a wake-up call, and I hope this is it. After calling Lucy, I sat in the hotel room waiting for things to unfold. I extended my stay just in case, unsure of what would happen next. During that time, I reflected on where I might have gone wrong. Colleen was my granddaughter, and I loved her, but at 21 she was a young adult capable of discerning right from wrong. This was not some rebellious teenage phase she was going through. I had forgiven her when she lied about having a job and spent all the money her parents left behind on luxurious things. I even decided to pay for her college tuition, hoping to provide her with a brighter future. Yet despite all I had done for her, she chose to torment me in my own house, eventually kicking me out just so her boyfriend could move in. As I was reflecting, my phone started ringing, and it was obviously Colleen. I cleared my throat and answered her call. Grandma, why would you do this? Carl and I were told today that we were kicked out of college. I know it was you who ratted us out. Well, you brought it upon yourself, especially after you threw me out of my own house. But Grandma, you know, I got rejection letters from everywhere else. This was my only chance. What am I going to do now? I don't even have enough money. I needed that degree for a job. I don't want to be stuck working at Starbucks forever. You should have considered your choices earlier, and there's more to it. Let's just say I pulled some strings to get you accepted in the first place. What? Did you talk to someone to put in a good word for me? Yes, and look at how you have let me down. Grandma, I can't believe this. You have ruined my future. Even Carl is furious with me. I helped you pave the way for your future by paying for your tuition. You decided to waste it all on your own. Now I plan to return home in 2 hours. I expect you to be out by then. What's next? Are you going to call the cops, huh? You have seen what I'm capable of. If you're up for taking a risk, go ahead and find out. Okay, let's calm down. Carl and I will pack our things and leave. 2 hours had passed, and as I pulled up to the house, I noticed Colleen and Carl on the sidewalk, their bags packed, waiting for the taxi. The air was thick with tension. Well, it seems you're ready to go. Yeah, thanks to you. You know, on top of everything, we have to do community service. Thanks a lot for making my life a living hell. We have to face the consequences of our actions, Colleen. We are heading to my parents' place for a while. They'll help us figure things out, unlike you. You both are very ungrateful. Well, try not to torment them as much as you tormented me. I am living alone now. My thoughts often drift to Colleen. She's an adult responsible for her own decisions. It can be challenging, especially when you're older, trying to be understanding with someone so much younger. You strive to be the bigger person, but everyone has their limits. Worry creeps in, but I remind myself that she has made her choices. Colleen is no longer my responsibility, and I wish her the best to deal with the world, especially with the attitude she